What does weekend do? Witch's walk completed. The witch's hat grants Megwapupa's curse. Modal. It doesn't say what it does. Oh wait, it has 8 charges. Okay, I guess you can't just leave it on all the time. Alright, still building, okay. Alright.
No problem.
What's the book? +1 endurance. Okay, troll hide belts. Fine warbow. Fictional book. Potion in a weird shaped bottle. Lots more camping supplies. People in the cage. Thank you, I thought we'd never get out of there. Are you hurt? A little bruised, perhaps. The cold was the worst part. I don't know how you managed to talk that man down. He was practically foaming at the mouth. And now he and his men are still skulking around the mountains. I'm not sure letting him live was the best idea. The commander wasn't the problem. One of the delegates points an accusing finger at another, a woman standing apart from the rest. We might have come to terms if she hadn't goaded him, shouting at him about omens and curses, demanding he leave the marsh. You know how superstitious the Rayed Sarens are. The commander went white as a sheet. She sabotaged the meeting. The woman in question is dressed in unassuming robes. She bears the accusation silently, her eyes closed as if in prayer. You put all of Stalwart at risk. Why? With desperate speed, the woman suddenly lunges sidelong towards a nearby rack and seizes a dagger lying there. She sets the blade to her own throat. My first thought is that boss that can jump from body to body? Did he do this to sabotage us? Unseen to all but yourself, the dying woman's soul essence coils in thin wisp about her body. It only grows brighter as her corpse stills. The remaining delegates stare in horror at her pooling blood. What just happened? Damn it, now we'll never get an answer out of her. Read the woman's soul. The last act is very short, though. That's similar, like Act 3 in Divinity Original Sin 2 was a very short act. I'm reminded of that. You reach out and brace against the sudden flare of pain and fear, digging after less recent events. There's a copper taste in your mouth and a pain like fire in your throat. Under the brute terror of death, you'll find a comforting thread of resolve, of satisfaction, and duty fulfilled. You follow it. It leads you stumbling into another's memory. As whole and livid as the first, you walk the dark halls of an abbey, dimly lit and quiet, your footsteps loud. A blur, and you are standing in a dimly lit room, facing a robed Aumaua. You recognize him as Kyoto, the High Abbot. He beckons you forward. Examine surroundings. You are in a wide, rounded chamber. The tiles beneath your feet are covered in a strange, curling symbols. You recognize them as symbols of Andra, goddess of sea and memory. The memory blurs. When your sight is clear, you are standing in front of Kyoto, and he is smiling gently down at you.
Drive the Rayed Sarens from these mountains, and you may yet spare many lives. The Tidebringer will be here in a week's time. Should you be delayed in your travels, report to him as you would to me. He will enter the reliquary and call off the army of Eyeless in my stead.
Eyeless? We saw a bunch of eyes in our vision.
If you are caught, sister, you know what you must do. I will pray for your return, but we will take comfort in the knowledge that you have joined the rest of Andra's favorite in her keeping.
The words jar you loose from the memory, flinging you back into the moment of the woman's death and then into your own skin. But traces of her memory join yours. You know the path to the abbey to which she was to return, buried in the mountains to the north. Is the name Eyeless familiar to anyone here? The Eyeless? They're a figure of speech for when you can't remember something. You say, must be the Eyeless took it from me. Yes, yes, but there's a story to it. They're supposed to do the bidding of the Lady of Lament. Andra points and they come out of nowhere, wipe things from the face of the world. That's why whenever something goes up and goes missing or gets destroyed with no one there to see it, you're supposed to thank Andra that the Eyeless didn't come for you too. Do you know a Kyoto? Kyoto? Oh yeah, he came through town some time back, stopped by at the temple in Stalwart. This was just after the town decided to rededicate it to Abaddon. He didn't seem too pleased about that. He was dressed like a priest. Maybe he took offense. He's an Almawa, tall fellow, very polite, considering he's apparently the leader of some fanatical sect. I think it's clear we haven't been the best judges of character recently. Do any of you know what a Tidebringer is? Tidebringer? There's something that they used to talk about at the Temple of Andra. It's a person, a title. Tends to be used in the more devout circles. Do you know anything about an abbey to the north? I've heard of something like that, an Andrite stronghold, not the kind of place that welcomes visitors. The barbarian lady you can have in your party was looking for this abbey. Is that where she came from? She points to the dead woman. Yes, and it's where I'll find the reliquary so I can call off their army. What, another one? Gods, it feels like everyone on Aora is after the battery now. Why would these Andrites want the Rayed Sarens out? I doubt it's for Stalwart's benefit. Competition, maybe?
They're up to something, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
If you do mean to go to this abbey, be careful. There have been stories about traders wandering north and getting scared off or even killed by strange guards. They're a secretive bunch. I suppose you could always try to sneak in? I doubt you'd be welcome otherwise. It sounds like the Tidebringer would be. Welcome, I mean. Time to crack some skulls. Well, you'll get your fill of fighting, I'm sure. A sudden deafening crash from outside makes the delegate jump, startled. A rumbling like thunder follows. You hear further sounds of smashing timbers, panicked screaming. Oh no, what's happening? I thought you took care of the soldiers. I did. This is something else. Yes, well, we'll wait here, inside. Okay. Alright, let's have that quick save. Oh, there's a lot went down in this room. Hey, Zoran, how's it going? We are, watching major events unfold in White March Part 2. Oh man, it's hard to summarize. We just killed most of the people in the Iron Flail, and we managed to spare the last. Is the story pretty dark? It has a few moments. I had a paladin call me a cat fucker earlier. It's like, you hairy little cat fucker. That made me laugh. I think that's in the top 3 of insults thrown at my character in this game so far. What in the Sam Hill is that? Eyeless Hammer. Immune to blind, charm, confused disease, dominate poison, sickened, unconscious. These are the things I saw getting made on the White Forge during that vision. Thank you. Thank you, Kana. By the stars. What is that? I don't freaking know. It's spoopy.
What is that?
Oh god, I got knocked back. Move forward. Oh, Christ. Well, let's see if we can face tank it for a little bit. Alright, so she... Immune to blind, confused, disease... I don't even know what to do with her. I could just set her for damage. Alright, I'm gonna change her AI to crowd control and see if she can figure out something useful to do. Oh my god! What is he doing? Freaking lasers! Chain heal. Chain heal again. Okay. Back up, then shoot that one. Oh, fudge. This laser beam of death has been locked on him for way too long. Get the heal, get the heal, get the heal. Yes! Back away, back away, back away. We got one of them low. Oh, hey 8-Axis, how's it going? What? We require additional ogres. Move the Chanters forward. Chanters be chanting. Okay, let's do... Oh wow, they can be knocked back. That's good to know.
Don't let this go unabated.
Uh-oh. One's in the back now. Okay. All range, target the one on the left. Starboard cannons! Fire! What are you fighting? I'm fighting something called the Eyeless Hammer. This is the first time I've encountered these creatures, and they scare the hell out of me. Bandage him, then come back here. You heal her. You come over here. You also. Oh my, did you guys see that? He just kicked her. She freaking, look at this, she's skidding on her ass like 30 yards. What? Tank run in, you three out. How long are you knocked down? 2 more seconds. Kana, get a little closer, your songs aren't hitting. Hold on. We catch up on chat. Okay, alright, I've got up. Okay. As the last Meg-Fulk falls, a tide of essence sweeps through the ether. It washes over you, and you find yourself in the memories of the Eyeless. The hulking... Spooky noises? The hulking creature surrounds you, their sinew-wrapped skeletons clinking and screeching in the semi-darkness. Their bodies fill the air with the tang of metal and the musk of sweat. The cavern in which you stand, it looks like a cavern anyway, glows with a dim ambient light. Steel flashes as the eyeless shift and stir. They stamp their feet and groan in rasping metallic voices. Their restless energy prickles at the back of your neck. And in the echoing rumble you hear something familiar. It's the pounding noise from your dream, the harbinger of a terrible army. Oh, we saw in the dream the smith making these things. You begin to wonder how many eyeless are crowded around you. You suspect there must be scores of them, maybe more. It's difficult to tell how far back this chamber goes or where it is. Ahead you see a glint of light. It might be an exit. Already, however, the vision is starting to fade. Oh man, gotta make a choice. I'm guessing if I explore the Glint of Light, it might show me where the exit is and thereby find the entrance to whatever this hellhole is. Let's go for the Glint. You push past the lumbering eyeless and cling to the wilting shreds of the vision. The light up ahead is blinding after the dark of the cave. You rush toward it even as it fades into a pale blur. You can't see where you're going, but you hear a cold wind whistling through the gap and feel a spray of moisture sting your cheeks. The vision ends, returning you to the frozen and blood-churned mud of the fort. Oh man, did I not get to loot him? Ederic appears to have taken some blows. There's a purpling bruise along his temple, and his armor is dented in several places. He looks rather dazed.
Those things, they came from all sides. The delegate... No, you were right. The visions are true. You fought well. And I am glad to see you've come through in one piece, even if I regret the loss of my men. I'll take what's left of our forces.
5 of you.
Those that will follow me.
I killed the other 30.
We should be prepared when those monsters return.
We can defeat them if we work together.
I have seen already that there is little you can't accomplish.
Wow, you're really terrible at following orders.
But we've done it all the same. Right away.
So... wait. Where am I? Oh, I'm on the west end of the fort, so I can still potentially go in and loot the monsters. I want to see someone fight that at level 1. What, one of the Eyeless? No, what? Yeah, why don't they go fight the boss of Cade Nua, the master below at level 1? Alright. Vessel Flesh and Binding Copper. Okay. Wasn't there a thing with more camping supplies somewhere in here? I feel like it was up here. Ah, I think that was it. Alright. Camp. Dunrid Scion leaves the stronghold. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Alright. Oh, I guess I could probably go through the front door now. I didn't get to map this out earlier. When I was hacking my way in. Hey look! Our favorite archer survived, guys! Mister, this is not my job. Yo, he saw those giant eyeless stomping through here, and he was just like, also not my job. Also not my job. He's the only survivor. 9 p.m. in Vegas, and I had downtime. You have a great turkey day. Thanks for keeping me safe for one more day. Troy, thank you for your company as well as the generosity you showed tonight. I appreciate it. Can't wait to talk to you again, man. Or gal. Shit, I'm assuming genders in 2018. I'm sorry. If you sexually identify as an Apache attack helicopter, I don't mind. Alright. Where do I go now? The Abbey? Find out how to call off the army. Abbey. Okay. I'm a Snickers ice cream bar, you twat. So when someone's not themselves and someone else says you need to eat a Snickers, they're telling them to go eat Hobbits and Isengard. Drink of water. Well, it's usually past my bedtime, but we don't have work tomorrow. We can go a little later. Alright. There's some dude here named Long Bosk. A dwarf clothed in but a few straps of fur puffs up his bare chest with every drag from his pipe. Come a long way to get some air, have you? What are you doing here? Enjoying the fine weather just a bit longer. He smiles, letting a cloud of smoke and frosted breath escape through his teeth. The chat box is bugging. My mistress had business with the Ondrites. We'll be off soon as she's done with the Abbey. Meantime, I was told to stay put. They don't want outsiders meandering about. Okay. What the hell? Okay, there we go. It was stuck scrolling up. She's already put some kind of hex on me. Says I won't even remember any of this, but the copper's worth it. She says I'll wake up at home with a full coin purse, opposite of most of my mornings, so that had a certain appeal. Farewell.
Even our
Shakai
visitor is to be
from
turned away, he
Kings.
said.
What interest would our quarters hold?
Our quarters aren't the worry. It's our brothers and sisters below.
Creepy. Hold, who's there? Kyoto is waiting for me. I am the Tidebringer. How can I be sure? We are in the final days of the Make Winds Tide, a time of transition for our church. My presence is no accident. The guard relaxes and appears relieved. Forgive my caution. We were told to expect you. The High Abbot awaits you inside. Your Majesty. Yo, I just walked up to a cult and I'm like, yeah, I'm the Pope. Just talked my way past.
I'll take a peek. You'll never know I'm here.
When they catch us, we're gonna have to fight our way through all of this. Pope Mukluk Bartholomew Reginald
You look
Esquire
pale, sister.
the Fourth.
Find someone to take your place. I'll stand watch.
I'd hoped I was over this illness, but clearly not. I shall take your advice.
This calls for a subtle touch.
Give me a real challenge.
All right. Take some treasures. Yes, I'm glad you were here to field the music conversation, Street, because I was... I was like, I'm just going to leave that to the experts over there. Uh-oh. A mural is rendered on the face of the rock wall. 4 panels seem to be arranged as a story of some kind. Inspect. First panel, Anthu. The end. Next panel. Saman, the flood. Disaman, the ebb. Dayanthu, the beginning. So, like, each panel is some city that got wiped out by a natural disaster, it looks like. Alright, Muck, personal question. Have you ever consumed the devil's lettuce? I have eaten a salad before, yes. I had to cover it in ranch dressing on about a 1-to-1 ratio. But I did get through it. Do I just... Okay, I guess we go in here. If that was a metaphor for drugs, Hobbit, then no. 1-to-1 ratio. That's how you eat salad like an American. Anytime I try to lose weight, I just have 50% ranch dressing, 50% leaves. For some reason, it doesn't work well. I have to move around and crap. Okay. Find out.
Even with your labors, your presence of mind never falters. I don't know how you do it.
Perhaps your thoughts would swim deeper if your tongue didn't come out for air so often, dear brother.
Oh, wow. Okay, file saved. I need to be able to say that to coworkers on a moment's notice. Perhaps your thoughts would swim deeper if your tongue didn't come out for air so often, my dear friend. Oh. That's good. Okay, stairs going down. I'm
The
guessing
High
this...
Abbot imparted to me that I wasn't alone. That he has nightmares sometimes as well.
Truly?
Oh, it surprised me to hear it. He has such a peaceful manner. There's something you don't
That
see
even
every
hurt
day.
me. There was splash damage on that insult. It reached all the way to a hobbit in Isengard. I'm guessing this would be quite the dungeon if I haven't convinced them I was the freaking Pope. Giving me that dot. It's like earlier when you said I hate hots, and I was like, you hate heal over times? Hey, Davis CD rating with the party of 3. Thank you, my new friend. Did you guys just come from Pillar of Eternity as well, or were y'all playing something else tonight? Hi, Abbot Kyoto. Where the other Ondrites in the Abbey are clad in drab, functional garments, this Aumawa seems dressed for an occasion. His robe is bright and glossy, his neck and arms are bedecked with jewelry. The symbols of his goddess are crowded into every available space. Every space.
Ah, good. The Conclave
oh crap, is he going to call me out on my lies?
I had begun to worry.
He looks back up, noticing your company, and nods.
And they took my advice in providing you an escort. Very good. I am sorry I could not make your journey easier. I am Kauto, the High Abbot.
Now that I am here, I, the Tidebringer, what is it you wish of me?
Surely the Conclave gave you some explanation of your charge.
So what is the White March? I'm guessing it's this giant army of eyeless monsters with hammers for arms that are marching over the mountain trying to destroy everything. But within the story, they've not actually called it the White March, so I'm not completely certain.
But of course, they sent you abroad in dangerous lands. The less you were told, the less we risked.
Of course.
You are here to perform the Rising, and once that is done, you will take my place here.
I perform the Rising every morning.
When you are ready, we will begin with the recitation.
The Conclave mentioned something about a reliquary.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
I would not pass my station to you without passing that knowledge as well. It is the Abbey's most sacred chamber. When the Rising is complete, I will take you there myself. In fact, the ritual demands it.
About the recitation?
You seem nervous. The Conclave chose you for a reason. For a devout follower of Ondra, the answers will flow naturally to you. I have a bad feeling about this. I remember my own Rising. The Conclave sent me on the same exhausting journey. When it came time for the recitation, I could not remember a word.
He remembers his Rising. It was exhausting. The White March is the name of the mountain under snow.
But it all came back in time. Our goddess smiles upon the forgetful.
He taps a large golden ring with a wave insignia as though it were proof.
Our library is open to you, as are the grounds outside. There is a beautiful mural out there that you should see, if you haven't yet.
I have seen it.
And you may, of course, speak with the gift-bearers here, if it helps your recollection. Take your time, and examine these things before your recitation.
I understand, High Abbot.
I know you will not disappoint.
I never
do. When the time comes.
That's what she said. Farewell. Wait here, I have Tidebringy things to do, and then I will return.
Time to see and not.
I wonder if I had failed the bluff where I convinced these people I was the Tidebringer, if I would have just had to, like, hack and slash my way through this whole damn place. Let me do a quick save. Oh yes, pish posh. Tally ho, tet tet. Eiffel Tower, baguette.
I see where you're going with that.
Journal of the High Abbot. It has been a long time since I dreamt of my rising, yet now with another rising soon upon us, this is the 5th time in a week. I am walking through the halls of silence. I feel eyes on me from all sides, angry, vengeful eyes. I arrange the panels and curl my hands into a sign of the tide. The right is the wave, the left tracing the crescent moon with my 2 outer fingers. The way opens to me. Wait, arrange. So I have to arrange the panels? Is that like the mural?